my gosh. All right. Let's see
All
here.
right. So in about 2 minutes, we're going to start this thing.
Awesome.
Mykal Slack on tech.
Awesome.
Tech and some other things.
Oh.
Oh, I just okay.
What's that?
I don't think he can pin a post because he's not signed in as me. So I still think that you might have to do that at some point to pin the
in
for
YouTube.
YouTube and yeah.
Right. Okay.
We're just talking logistics before it is 8:00.
Oh my word.
This is very exciting. Hi.
Hi everybody. Welcome.
I just okay. What's that?
Oh, so sorry.
It's okay. That's you know what? We will use this first few minutes to just clean it all up.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we have never gone live together before.
Listen, not together. This is my very first live LeLaina. Can you believe it?
This professional singer and producer, I mean,
you know, she loves the things recorded.
Well, I think the first time I went live was a little over a year ago with Mykal for Sólo Cantar. We sang a few songs together. We sang some Nina Simone.
Oh, cute.
Some,
I remember that.
The
Yeah.
Withers, India RE,
Mm-hmm.
and Stevie Wonder, of course. So,
of course.
Yeah, favorite songs. So,
that's super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe in about a minute, we'll tell people what we're up to tonight. So give folks a chance to come in. And feel free to share the link with folks if you want to.
Please do, indeed. Did you have a good day today, LeLaina?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. How about you?
It was a very full day, but it was a good day. Indeed.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. I think I need to go to my thing here for a second.
So are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Woohoo!
So I'm just still trying to fully log into the YouTube is what is happening over here.
Yes. So for those of you watching, some of you may be watching on YouTube, some of you may be watching on Facebook, but we're about to bring you some good news and good music. So I think honestly, Jyvonne, now that I think about it, since it's my channel, I might have to be the one who pins the post.
I think so.
I'll figure that out after we say hi, maybe.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's certainly
All right.
do. Yeah. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Jyvonne Haskin, if you haven't figured that out from our conversations thus far. And I'm here tonight with the one and only LeLaina Romero. Hello, LeLaina!
Hi.
Oh my gosh, it is so good to be here, finally going live after we had to
Yes.
postpone it. And
Yes, I didn't have a voice, and I'm so happy because when I don't have a voice, it's not good for me and it's not good for anybody because it's how I stay grounded is by singing.
mm,
So we're so excited to be here. I am the creator of Sólo Cantar.space, which you'll be hearing more about today. And Jyvonne is our fabulous event producer, helping out from LA,
that's
helping
right.
out the East Coast from LA, and where she has so many amazing projects going on
A
as
lot
a
of projects
solo
happening.
artist, as a
Yeah.
director of a gospel, executive director of a gospel choir, so many things. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
So many different things. So many different things. But I have to tell you, um, being connecting with you this year and working on Solo Cantar, this project really is something that speaks to my heart, and one that makes me very excited. And I'm really proud of you for bringing this project, working on this project, and following this vision and this song of your heart. But can you tell us a little bit about the origin story of
Yes.
Solo Cantar? How do we get to the show? What is Solo Cantar.space? Like, how did we get
Yeah.
here?
I'm happy to share. First of all, I do want to point out our fabulous logo. Jyvonne put this amazing virtual background together for us, but the logo itself was designed by my dear friend Alex Capitan, one of my co-conspirators with the Transforming Hearts Collective,
Yes.
where we do healing and spiritual care and justice work. So my father loved frogs, and so does my sister Lori. I just need to put that out there.
That's
My
right.
father loved frogs, and so I looked into some Taino inspired art. My dad is from Puerto Rico, originally the island of Borinquen. And so Alex drew this frog with a spiral inspired by Taino art and spirituality with the maracas and the words Solo Cantar.
Yeah.
So Solo
All hand drawn,
Cantar,
even the lettering, all hand drawn.
yes, all hand lettered. Alex is multi-talented, and I'm so grateful that he donated this incredible time and talent to this project. So Solo Cantar is, I mean, it was first conceived as a show.
Mhm.
Um, when my daughter Zora was about to be 1, I was talking to my dad a lot. He's been gone for over 5 years now, just a little over 5 years.
Mhm.
And I was talking to him, just talking to the trees, talking to the wind, talking to the water. And I think it was actually on her birthday, on her first birthday, or right around there, that it just came to me. You have to do a show. You have to do a show that celebrates his life. And it's because part of it was an unfinished project.
Right.
My father had always said, I don't want presents. I don't need anything expensive. I just want you to sing. Like that's what, toward the end of his life, the last few years of his life, he always said that when it was any kind of holiday. And so, so I had this idea, and I was on my way to record some songs with my friend Melson, when we started on the project in
Yeah.
Boston to just record, and my dad didn't even know I was doing it. We were just going to record some of his favorite tunes. We were just going to,
Mhm.
like, Latin tunes and Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder, like just some contemporary songs. And we ended up recording one in the in the for his last, what turned out to be his last birthday, in January of 2016. And that
Yeah.
was Somewhere Only We Know by Keane, which ended up being the last song that my dad heard before he died, while we were at his bedside. So, just take a
I
breath
know, like,
there.
girl,
Yeah.
yes, take a
So the
pause.
intensity of this is like this season, this time of year is a really intense time of year for me and has been for the last 5 years because my dad died on June 20th, 2016, rapidly progressing ALS that had just been diagnosed a couple months before. I was pregnant at the time, and my daughter, Zora, who turned out to be my daughter, was due at the end of August, but she came reeling into the world, healthy, strong, early on July 12th. So there's this 3-week period of my life that's so full of grief and so full of hope and so full of loss of, the connection that they didn't have in this world.
Yeah.
But it's been clear that they have some kind of connection, and many people who are tuned into the spirit and ancestors are like, they definitely passed each other, and that the veil is thin. The veil is thin at birth and death. And so, yeah, I was like, I never got to record those songs. And that made me feel really sad. And I was like, but singing is how I honor my dad. At his memorial service, my uncle Wali's pastor did a prayer, and he said that it's clear from hearing all his family members speak that to honor Louis, all you have to do is sing. And so, solo cantar, I can cantar. There's all you have to do is sing, is what came to me as the title of this show. I was like, well, let's do a live show that celebrates his life, celebrates the healing power of music, because it was such a force for my dad and for me growing up.
Yes.
And also raises money for the ALS Association of the North Carolina chapter, where my dad was living with me and my spouse, Mykal, when he died. So yeah, that was the origin of Solo Cantar, the show,
Right.
which originally was going to take place last year.
Right. April of 2020 was when it was supposed
It was
to.
actually going to be in June last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the time to pack a theater.
Surely not.
Yeah, I mean, why are many of us familiar with this Zoom platform right now, right?
Exactly.
So that's how the origin story of Solo Cantar. And I think we'll talk as time goes on this hour about what it means beyond the show, right? But I got to hook up with some incredible Durham musicians through my Leandra McFadder, my songwriting coach, Queen of the Keys. That's her website. That's her blog. She's amazing. Yeah. So she introduced me to Brevin Hampton, who, because of the style of music, because I was integrating so many like Afro-Latin rhythms into my own music as a songwriter, she was like, I think he would be a good person. And long story short, he is now the co-producer, band leader, and for Solo Cantar, and he is my honey Mykal's drum teacher. So everybody wins.
Interconnected.
Yeah. And then we've got Ali J, an amazing Durham vocalist who's going to be lead and backup vocals at the show. We've got Gemini from Durham, an amazing Black queer femme DJ and visual artist, and activist spinning after the show for the after party. And Brevin is hiring an amazing slate of musicians, which is why we need support. But that's Solo Cantar.
That sounds amazing. And I love that, in addition to it being a space that celebrates the healing power of music, which we'll also kind of continue talking about during this live presentation. But in addition to the healing power of music, your father's life and the thing that connected and bonded you, but that we also get to support the ALS North Carolina chapter and support Black and Brown musicians. You know, I love that piece. I mean, duh. As a
And of course, Jyvonne will not be hanging out in California next April for this show.
I know. I can't wait to meet everybody in the flesh. Oh my gosh, so exciting. But yeah, no, I love that. And that, of course, all of those things speak to me as a musician and what makes me so excited about this show as well. But we also didn't just come in here just to talk about the show. I believe, well, first of all, the show has been rescheduled for 2022 in spring.
Yes, in April 30th, if you want to mark your calendar, Durham Arts Council, PSI Theater, April 30th, 2022. Tickets are not on sale yet, but they will be.
They will be. Yes. And we've been working with the North Carolina chapter as we've been planning and, you know, building up momentum. It's a slow ball that's going to grow and grow.
That's right.
You have a little something else up your sleeve tonight. You have a little bit of, is there an announcement? Is there something you'd like to share?
There is an announcement. First, I do want to shout out the North Carolina chapter, Avery Goldman and Christine Duke Simons. Amazing people. And Christine, if I got your last name pronounced wrong, I never say your last name. Please get me next time. But yes, the announcement is we have been raising funds. We need to produce this show. We need to pay musicians, venue, you know, publicity, all of the things that go into making a show so that we can raise the funds for the ALS Association and bring an incredible night of music. But the other part that we're raising money for is drum roll. Where's Mykal for the drum roll? He's around. He's just like on chat.
We should have him record it.
So he'll do like a chat drum roll. I, along with Brevin Hampton and Break Alive Studios and Leandra McFadder, will be recording my first solo EP, my first album of 4 songs.
Oh man.
The pandemic has brought such intensity and loss and just fear and real, like, you know, and death but we've also, some of us have had to slow down because some of our work doesn't happen outside of, you know, some of our work had to happen at home. And so it gave us, as the Sólo Cantar production team, some time to think about things. It's like, well, if we can't do this show and we can't get together and rehearse, what can we do? And we talked about recording, and we talked about recording to promote the show, but also I was planning on debuting original songs at the show anyway. We were just going to record later because the timeline looked like that. But now, Sólo Cantar. So what's the name of the EP? It is called A Song Will Set You Free. Actually, I think it's A Song Will Set Me Free.
That's right.
Maybe it's a work in progress. The song will set all of us free. A Song Will Set Me Free. Songs from Sólo Cantar. And so there's going to be 4 original songs that I have been working on. I have been a songwriter probably my whole life, but more intentionally recently.
Yeah.
So that is happening, and we're actually recording the first track this summer at Break Alive Studios, at Brevin's studio, so in Durham. And actually, that is the song that I want to share a little demo piece with you today.
You have a little demo piece for us today?
I do. And there's a guest vocalist on it.
What? What?
Who happens to be in the Zoom room with me. So I'm going to go ahead and share my sound. But what I want to say about this is a song called Shine that was inspired by Zora, but also inspired by another amazing teacher of mine, Anne Heaton, one of my favorite singer-songwriters that I would go see live in New York and Cambridge and Boston whenever I could, because I just soaked up the poetry of her music.
Yeah.
I took a songwriting course with her around the time that all of this was evolving in 2018. And she gave us this assignment to write a song on a very common chord progression, the 1-5-6-4 chord progression. And thus was born Shine, because Zora was just like toddling all over the apartment, being her incredible self. So this is not the full song. We need your support. And I'm about to post some fundraising links while you listen.
Yes.
But we need your support to make this happen. This makes raising this $20,000 really important. We are 30% of the way there. We need to get closer because we want this to be a really good quality recording. So what you're about to hear now was recorded and mixed by me, and but it'll give you a taste and a flavor of one of the songs from the album.
Oh, I'm excited to hear it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Your light is growing, my light. Your love is growing, my love. Your heart is growing, my heart. Your life is growing, my life. You shine so bright. Your spirit shines, your voice. Your smile stretches to your eyes, then mine. Our light is growing, your light. Our love is growing, your love. Our hearts are growing, your heart. Our lives are growing, your life. You shine so bright. Your spirit shines, your voice. Your smile stretches to your eyes, then mine.
Oh, LeLaina, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, and it really, thank you so much. It just came to me as just her pure spirit, and it really is your voice. Your smile stretches to your eyes than mine, because just
literally about to say the same thing. When I hear the lyrics, and especially when it gets to that one, of your smile stretches to your eyes than mine. That's I love.
Thank you.
That lyric so very much, and it's so reminiscent. I can only imagine little baby Z.
She's been singing it with me since I wrote it. Like, she was right there. She was just crawling around the piano, and I was.
Yes. I can't help but be reminded. I first met you, but without meeting you, was around Zora's birth. She was being dedicated. We met at Finding Our Way Home retreat. And oh my gosh, it was lit. But that baby dedication, we all were sent home with the gift of the dedication of your child. And I didn't know you. I didn't know that baby. I didn't know Mykal. But when I got in my taxi, I shared a taxi with someone else it was our first time, and we didn't really know many people, and we were just so moved. And I was like, I don't know these people, but I will forever be here to protect that baby.
She was 7 or 8 months old, and it was in Baltimore. And
yes.
It was an unplanned baby dedication. Like, our friend, Reverend Cheryl Walker, was just like, hey, you want to dedicate your baby. And we were with some of our just dearest people. And so we were like, of course, surrounded by folks of color who are Unitarian Universalists, which is, you know, the denomination that Mykal works in and that I've been a part of singing and everything for years. Yeah. And, you know, I didn't think we were going to be singing live, but now that I think about it,
yes,
we can't do it at the same time because it's
right.
Zoom, but we had planned at that dedication to sing We Are by Sweet Honey in the Rock, me and Mykal and Cheryl and everybody who participated in that. But that didn't happen. Because this amazing musician named Tet stood up and started singing the song by Shoshana Jedwab, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go.
And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. You're divine, my divine. Oh,
you're divine, my divine. Inspired by the Book of Ruth, I believe. But yes.
Yes.
And that song just has brought so much healing to so many people. And it got to be a part of Zora's dedication. And she got to be surrounded by this community of people who were promising to support her and to nourish her and to accept all of who she is. And then, you know, we didn't know if she was going to be using she pronouns. She's very clear about that now as an almost 5-year-old.
Right.
But yeah, that was an amazing experience. And we sing that song almost every time we get together, that group of people.
That is the Finding Our Way Home version, because the rhythm of the original is a little different. You know, we got our own little connection to it, in our timing and the harmonies. LeLaina, I completely forgot that was the beginning of that song for our community, our Finding Our Way Home community. And that in part is why I was like, for the rest of my life, I am here for this baby. Wow, that's beautiful. Now, at that time, we didn't really know each other. I was here for Zora. I was here for you and Mykal. I don't even know if I knew you guys' names. But the universe had a little bit of a different plan for us a couple of years later.
That's right.
Right? And we happened to be roommates at our first AUM conference.
That right.
Was up in Portland.
The Association of Unitarian Universalist Musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think my first time in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mine
posting
too.
Things.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So there we go. All right. All done with that. Yes. Yes. 2018. Zora is now 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to see each other again. We probably had seen each other Finding Our Way Home earlier that year.
Yeah.
We see Mexico, Albuquerque.
Yes.
That's where we knew that Zora was very connected to the earth and to spirit, because the wind, it was Albuquerque and the wind was blowing really hard. And she was walking down the street going, hallelujah, hallelujah. And we don't even, like, she hadn't even seen that kind of praise, but she was like, hallelujah. All she had heard was pentatonic singing. Anyway, that is a tangent and a half.
That's a good one. It is a good one. Okay.
Yeah. So we got to know each other because we had to be roomies. I mean, it helped us be there. We got a scholarship.
Yes.
And shared a room as a result. And it was awesome. And I don't know if any of the folks that were there are here tonight.
I know. In our little Zoom room, we're just all by ourselves.
Yeah.
But
there was, are you ready to talk about JL Crab?
I'm ready to talk about jail crap because yes, that was like it was the merging, like the culmination of oh this or the solidifying of oh yeah, no, this my girl. Okay. We good. And then as you musicians and usually at finding our way home some sort of kind of tag team or group effort of presenting music at services and throughout every day we start talking about some of our songwriting and some of the
Yeah.
things that kind of we were being brave because I'm not
Yes.
going to lie to you. I was a lot afraid.
Yeah. Well, and shout out to Amanda Thomas,
Yes, that's right.
extraordinary choral director and music director in Chicago, who
Hmm.
was like who grabbed a bunch of us women of color who were,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a conference for all you musicians, but she
Hmm.
grabbed those of us women of color that she knew and was like, come on, we're going to write some songs.
Yes,
We get
yes.
to write songs too. We get to share
Yes.
songs too. And I was like, my heart was beating so fast. And I was like, okay, I'm going to share one of my songs.
Right. And that
And
wasn't too, that must have, you're saying you took that songwriting class where you wrote Shine. So this happened right at, like not
yeah,
too long after that.
yeah, this was all that period of time.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was beautiful. And then you shared a song.
Yes. Which also interesting. 2018 was really doing a whole lot, because I shared a song that I had just again, I had just started to take my songwriting seriously and been a lot more intentional in crafting and kind of owning that space, you know?
Mhm.
Um, this is what a songwriter looks like. And she's a little neurotic, but she's fun.
And
uh,
your
mhm.
song was in my head though, like a lot after. It was
Yeah.
such a good hook. And it
Yeah.
had words that were familiar to me.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that yes, words that were familiar. So I had the song that I shared kind of culminated was very like the seed to say the seed, but I was reading emergent strategy and
Mhm.
emergent strategy, based off
Adrienne
of
Marie Brown,
Adrian
yes.
Brown, based around like the philosophies of Octavia Butler, in her writings, specifically Parable of the Sower. And in that book, there's it's now a real religion. People have followed this and made it something specific, but Earthseed. And I was reading this passage, and I was flipping through, reading this passage, and it's the first time that as I was reading these words for the first time, because I had not yet read Parable of the Sower, so this is my first introduction. But I'm reading these words, this prose, and it's as I read them, I heard this melody. And I was on a plane. I was on an airplane. And I was like, I don't know what this is. But I was like, where's my phone? Let me pull this out, record this, and it has not left my spirit since.
Mm.
Thank goodness. And so I was so nervous to share it with you guys. But
And now you have shared it, not just you've shared it with us, and now you've shared it with a much larger group of people recently, right?
yeah, yeah. I got to share it for the ordination service of Reverend Sana, and that was exciting. And every time I've shared it, it sticks with kind of like sticks in your craw. It really gets you. But
Mhm.
that's the power of Octavia's words.
That's
It
right.
really, really, really gets you. But I would love to share a little bit of
Yeah.
that. This
Yes.
little demo recording, which as I was working on Sana's, prepping the music and working on Sana's ordination service, I didn't go in with the intention that I was going to record a demo of hymn number one, which is what I call it. And it wasn't until like maybe even the next day, and I woke up and I said, "Oh my God." me and my pianist Dwight Rivera recorded a demo of him #1. Crazy.
It's so good. So I'm so excited to share it with you today. And well, Jyvonne's excited. If you haven't heard of Octavia Butler or Parable of the Sower, Parable of the Talents, if you love humanity, if you love Afrofuturism, if you love science fiction, check out Octavia Butler, one of the most incredible writers of our time. So here we go. Hymn #1.
Successful life is adaptable, opportunistic, tenacious, interconnected, and fecund. Understand this, use it, shape God. All successful life is adaptable, opportunistic. Understand this, use it, shape God. Understand this, use it, shape God.
I could hear your harmonies over here on the through the through the mute. I can't wait to have
the
them.
minute you tell me to record those low harmonies, I am there. I am there.
Yes.
But hopefully, I know that Mykal is being musician, dad, partner extraordinaire tonight. Put Sower to bed. He's all up in the chat. So if he hasn't gotten around to it yet, it may already be that he's posting the lyrics in both the YouTube and the Facebook chats. So if you all want to see what you were just listening to, but that was just, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Jyvonne.
Thank you so much for sharing Sólo Cantar with us. And honestly, like that JL Crab moment, right? Initials.
Oh, we didn't even explain what that meant, did we? I think Mykal put it in the chat. So it was Jyvonne and LeLaina, which just didn't work with an acronym. And then our dear friend, Reverend Connie Simon.
Yes.
Rachel Derry, music director in Ontario. And Amanda Thomas, who we already talked about. And Beverly Horton, another incredible musician. So JL Crab was what we came up with when we sang together. It was really funny.
Yes.
Maybe. Or cheesy or something. Corny.
Love it. You know that element of I think about all of us during that time, just kind of like playing those songs over and over and working out some harmonies for ourselves just to kind of collaborate. And that really also talks to the spirit of Sólo Cantar.space, you know?
That's right. That is it.
Of collaboration, of working, sharing, and exploring music. I think about, your song, and of course, every time I hear it, it starts with thinking about Lil Babe Z, right?
Yes.
But it also does go beyond that. And I have a different experience with it at different points. Same with this song. When I first heard it, I had a very specific idea about it. And then there are times where I've tried to sing this and I can't make it through without crying, you know?
yeah.
And it just, music is so powerful. I mean, we know
It's so
that.
powerful. Whether
Yeah.
you're singing or
Mhm.
witnessing, like, you know, it's vibration. It is our primary instrument.
Yeah.
Our whole body is involved in singing. So yeah, oh my God, I was thinking about Shine, the song that I just played.
Mm-hmm.
The first time that I sang that song all the way through for my now voice teacher and dear friend, Emily Jaworski. I don't know if you're here tonight, but Emily Jaworski Koriath, incredible singer, incredible healer. She does trauma-informed work as a singing teacher, which is just amazing for me as a healer too. But she has gifted the show Sólo Cantar by donating monthly voice lessons to me, and it has been life-changing. And so in my first lesson, I sang Shine all the way through for her, and I mean, I reconnected with the song.
Yes.
I reconnected with it in a way that I hadn't in a few years, and it was just really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to talk more about that spirit of collaboration, but I realized I want to play the other half of the verse of Shine.
Oh, please.
Because that first little clip was a teaser. So you're going to hear how that verse ends, which really is, so we're talking about collaboration in real space and time right now, but there's also this collaboration that transcends time, that is ancestral. And so the second part of this verse that came to me in 2018 was really inspired by the connection that I always saw between Zora and my dad. Like, how does she like have his sense of humor and timing when she's never met him? How is she giggling down the hallway when there's no one there? So I'll just share. It's very similar to the first one. You'll hear a little difference, and Mykal hopefully will paste the next verse lyrics. Here are all the technical pieces. Share. That's what it's all about.
1, 2, 3, 4. Your light is growing, my light. Your love is growing, my love. Your heart is growing, my heart. Your life is growing, my life. You shine so bright. Your spirit shines, your voice. Your smile stretches to your eyes, then mine. Your light is growing, our light. Your love is growing, our love. Your heart is growing, our hearts. Your life is growing, our lives. You are a light shining in this world. I wonder where you came from, and I know.
Thank you for the tenderness that you gave your harmonies there. I just, even though, so clear, Jyvonne is in LA. I'm over here in Atlanta. We did not sing this together at the same time, but it feels like we did.
Yeah.
It really does feel like we did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine what that would sound like when we have Leandra McFadder on keys, Brevin Hampton on percussion, and some even more harmony. Like, just, it's gonna be that arrangement's gonna be simple. There are some other songs on this that aren't gonna be as simple,
Right.
but just imagine. And that is only the beginning, y'all. We didn't want to give everything away. We want you to experience the entire song. There's a whole other verse, there's a whole other chorus, there's a whole outro, there's even a part that you get to sing along with at the end. So, and that'll be so much fun at the show.
Right.
But we need to record it, and that takes skill and time and money. So
And money.
and money, yes, please. So there are in the comments, you'll see that I have posted the fundraising links. If you're able to give or share today, that would be amazing.
Which, let me also just speak it. It is tinyurl.com/fund Sólo Cantar. And you can just easily go to that link, and everything you want to know, you can support. What I love about how you've set the fundraiser up, LeLaina, is that it's so clearly you can see what your donation can bring. You know, you can pay for a musician, pay for, some cleanup, pay for, there's so many little pieces in which you can feel like, oh yeah, I have something tangible that I helped to donate to this show coming together. And it's not just the space of, having money to financially support Black and Brown musicians who, so many musicians, all of us, actually, not so many, all of us were struggling with this panini we've been going through.
It's not very tasty either.
It's not a tasty panini at all. But we want to also, be able to pay people, a fair wage.
That's right.
So often, Black and Brown musicians really are kind of like not given what they're due. So many people think, oh, you just have this in your spirit, you're good. Does this really actually work for you? And so it's really nice to hear, and hopefully, and to be working towards a space where having an opportunity to be able to bring in funding to have some equity in the payment of these musicians, and bringing in funds to overwhelm the donation box for the ALS North Carolina Durham chapter as
That's
well.
Right. And let me tell you, that band, including vocalists, is going to be like upwards of 15 people. My father loved salsa music. You cannot have salsa without a horn section and the rhythm section, and there's not going to just be one percussionist on stage. So it's a big band. And also, Jyvonne, our event producer, you have no idea what this human is capable of. And so not only is she sharing talent, sharing her voice, she's bringing her production skills, her organizational skills, her detail orientation, because that is not my skill set.
And look, what did I tell you? Literally all of my partnerships come into a space where it's like the inside and the outside. It's almost like foil. Anybody who loves algebra out there, first, last, outside, inside. It's a beautiful combination.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
combination. I'm like, this is what I see, and this is what it's gonna mean. And Jyvonne's like, okay, so we need this, and we need to do that. Yeah. And it's real, and she can join me in the big picture and the vision and the excitement. Like, to have someone who is a creative, who knows how to produce, is just a gift. It is a gift. And I want to thank everyone who has supported us so far, because we've had other folks that have helped out, like Nancy Camaño, Emily Cox in Durham, Betsy Barton, and I'm hoping that folks will still be a part of this. And we had like almost 90 people donate in the first wave of the fundraiser. And in this wave, we have, I think, 40 supporters, and we have raised almost $6,500. And I'm really hoping by tomorrow we can say we have 8,000, which would then put us at that 40% goal. Or that 40% mark. So
that's so awesome. And just truly a testament to your heart and your passion, and you having the courage and need like to really, really follow this dream, find all these amazing collaborators. I mean, the way that I've stalked some of these people, right? Because I'm out here in LA, and all y'all on the East Coast just stacked up from Durham to Atlanta. Oh, and Colorado, I talking about you, and it is just, it's an amazing team that you've pulled together. And to think about also all these people thus far, really supporting this vision that you have too, knowing that, it's like you're an amazing creator, LeLaina, and it is awesome. It's been awesome to be working with you in this space.
My goodness. And that's what Sólo Cantar.space is about. So yes, the show will celebrate my dad's life. The show will celebrate the healing power of music and raise money for the ALS Association North Carolina chapter. But I see the space going beyond that. The space, what is the space? The space is not in one particular place. It's a space of healing and singing and coming together. I think we live in a world where we've created a lot of barriers and boundaries that make it really hard to just bear witness to what we're experiencing together. And song is one of the ways that we can publicly mourn. We can publicly rage. We can publicly celebrate.
Yes.
And so that's really what this space is about. And if you check out my YouTube channel, which is somewhere in all of this information, LeLaina Romero, singer, healer, songwriter, I have a little welcome video on there that talks more about what Sólo Cantar.space is, the vision for that, and invites your participation in songs. And I'm hoping that more and more there'll be some live experiences of that. But for now, there's some pre-recorded stuff. The gift of, I've heard before that, and that crisis is danger and opportunity together. That's what the character, and I don't know if it's the Mandarin or Cantonese character for crisis is danger and opportunity. And it's, this time of my life that was intensely hard, intensely just faced with mortality. ALS is a horrific disease. It's horrific. There's no coming back from it. Your body, your muscles just stop working and you don't know which are going to go first.
Right.
It was such a hard time. My biggest fear was that my dad would die before my child was born, and that came true.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is that I had been like a restless songwriter for my whole adult life, at least. Just kind of like, I love singing, and I always sang somewhere. Lavender Light Gospel Choir, Beloved Community Chorus, Sanctuary Boston. I always found ways to sing. But the songwriting, I just wasn't giving myself over to. I just wasn't giving myself that space. And it was like, no, because I have to finish grad school and I have to be a responsible person who gives back to her community. And those things are true, but music is also a way to give to community, and so by being kind of broken down to like just raw, by the time Zora came early, I was like, okay, that's it. Like, what? I have nothing else. Like, I am just a body. I am just a body holding a spirit on this plane. It made it very clear that I am supposed to write songs. That I love to write songs, that my songs heal me. And if my songs heal me, chances are they heal somebody else. So it's been such a hard grief process, like to be grieving while this taking on this huge role of being a parent. For the first time. But it has also been a deep blessing. And that blessing, does come from that connection I have to my father. That though our relationship wasn't always easy, music was something we shared. And music was something that he shared with me with joy, and loved that I loved it, and loved that I sang, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just really, I'm full of gratitude that like somehow I've been trying to figure out how to be a healer and a singer and a songwriter and a, you know, all the things.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I just am. This is just who I am. And so
it's already here.
right. And
Yeah.
so to know, like, no, I have 4 complete songs, and that is only the tip of the iceberg for what has been stirring in me. Like some of the songs that you're going to hear on this EP started back in 2006, and just, and then I just finished writing them. Like they just have been, you know, like underground, just saying, I'm here.
I know.
So,
I know the EP has 4 songs. I wish we've heard "Shine," which is amazing, and I was so verklempt listening to the when we, you know, going into the rest, the second half of the chorus, and there was a certain solid feeling of in my spirit.
I wonder where you came from, and I know.
Oh
yeah, Zora. It's like, who are you, child? Who are you, mysterious spirit? And also, yeah, I know where you're from.
Yep.
That's yeah.
But I wish we could hear another song too. I mean, not to give your whole album away.
No, but you know what?
Yes.
So, you know that song that I shared during the jail crab experience back in, I shared it as a chant. It's called Music in My Blood.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I was able to produce a little bit of a mix with your vocals and Mykal's drums. So that is ready. And let me tell you, this song it might be like the heart of the show. Like it's probably going to happen in the middle. It might be the heartbeat of the show. And you'll hear a heartbeat from Mykal playing the cajón. Cajón means big box. I'm pointing. It's over there. And our dear friend Teo Drake, Teddy, is so gifted with woodworking and many other things, and made this cajón for our family.
What?
That Mykal plays on this. So let me share with you.
Oh my gosh.
Music in My Blood. Now, let me tell you, this is just kind of the chorus and the first verse. But when we get that whole band in there and we do a salsa breakdown and a montuno, and it's going to, y'all are going to be dancing from wherever you are. Whether you're watching on a screen or you're in there in that auditorium with us, you are going to be dancing. I am so excited to share this with you.
Yay!
What is this music in my blood? In my blood. In my blood. What is this music in my blood? In my blood. In my blood. I hear the voices of my ancestors, voces de la isla Borinquen. I wonder who was free and who was in shackles. Estas tormentas misteriosas, unknown storms in these melodies. My daddy casi perdió, but I am here, estoy aquí. What is this rhythm in my bones? In my bones, in my bones. What is this rhythm in my bones? In my bones, in my bones. What is this music in my blood? In my blood, in my blood. music in my blood, in my blood, in my blood.
And that's just the beginning. That song is gonna fly to other places.
Yes, and Mykal better play on that cajón.
Yeah, and imagine with timbales and all of the instruments that are going to be a part of that. And it's in Spanglish, because that is the most natural language for me, is Spanglish. I just need to announce that thanks to my dear friend Jenny, we are over 6,500. So we were at 6,475. We are now at 6,525. So we're much closer to raising that $8,000. So anything you can do, share, donate, $5, $10, $500, $1,000, whatever you can give, we will take it. And if you know folks who want to support Black and Brown artists, if you know folks who care deeply about illnesses such as ALS, please send them our way, send our information their way.
Right.
So.
Right. And outside, in addition to the fundraiser link, people can also, if you're on Venmo or Cash App, they can send it to you directly at LeLaina Romero, LeLaina Romero on Venmo, or $ LeLaina Romero on Cash App, or PayPal, LeLaina R. Yeah. So I think all of those links are coming in the chats as well.
And every single dollar goes to supporting artists of color, the nonprofit venues that we are working with, other creatives that will go to places in Durham like Boricua Soul when we buy those delicious empanadas to feed you at the end, both vegetarian and meat. So yes, please give what you can, give generously, and share. We're so excited that you joined us tonight. And if you want to mail a check, you can also just message me and be like, hey, where do I send this? And I'll let you know.
Well, LeLaina, this has been an awesome, this is like a power hour, okay? Yeah. Musical Sólo Cantar space power hour.
It's been fun.
Has been really fun. Really fun. And again, I'm so super excited, to be able to let people know more about this project. They've been seeing our socials blow up with it, hey, support this thing. But to have this moment with us and just to be able to hear us talk about it, and not just the show, but the community and what it's here to support and its goals. That's really, really awesome. Really awesome.
So much more to come. There's going to be an amazing website, Sólocantar.space, that is being designed by my dear friend Josh, and up in Cambridge. And so everything will be there. Right now, you can find some information in our socials there, Sólocantar.space. I didn't even know you can make websites like that, but you can. And just know that by donating, not only are you supporting all of the things that I just said, but you're making a 43-year-old's dreams come true. Because I have said, am I too old?
No.
To start this? I don't have enough piano skills. My dear friends, Ann Heaton, Ellen Rodders, Ellen Newhouse, they have heard me. But it's about collaboration. My spirit is about collaboration. I did not enjoy writing my dissertation because it wasn't collaborative. It was a solo project. My spirit screams for connection. And so, I can write songs with amazing collaborators like Leandra and Brevin and Jyvonne and Mykal and Zora to inspire me. So, thank you all for being here tonight. Shout out to my family. I love you. Uncles and brother and sister and mom and cousins and nieces and nephews. Too many to name. Lewis's spirit lives in all of us. Lewis's spirit is what kind of tells us that when we struggle, we can still sing. And sometimes that singing will even heal us and get us through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Jyvonne.
Yo, thank you, LeLaina.
I
And
want
thank
to keep
you
singing
guys.
with you.
Listen, it's just the beginning. But thank you guys so much for joining us today and spending a little time with us. You will hear more from us, and we look forward to hearing more from you. Please follow us on the YouTube channels, on our Facebook page, we're on Twitter, Instagram.
Maybe we'll even have a TikTok one day, but not yet.
Listen, okay, the
I'm
way
too
the
Gen X.
The talks are coming, okay? The talks are coming.
All right.
Girl.
Well, we'll say goodnight for now. And we'll see you soon.